Hi everyone. In today's video, we will discuss about how to use ChatGPT. You might have heard of this tool from the television, from in the internet, on how this tool is disrupting the world of technology and every job out there. Today, I'm going to show you how to use it, how can you benefit from it, and how can you emphasize and 10x any your job activity you're doing with it. So let's dive into it. As you can see here, we have the ChatGPT. To access it, you need to go to the link chatgpt.com and search it. And you will get to a screen similar to this, except that you should sign up with a new account and to be able to use it with GPTs with the tooling that are available for the free account. Bear in mind that today I'm showing you the plus subscription that I made, which means that you will see more tools probably than yourself. But 90% of the tools are all there. I would say 100% of the tools, except that they have more usage with the plus subscription. So let's start with the screen. As you can see, we have a page with a placeholder where you can basically a text where you can write any question you might have in mind. If you have a question about where to find a restaurant in Rome or in New York, a restaurant that bake, I don't know, pastries in New York, any question, you can ask that and get accurate responses. As you can see here, I'm hovering the search button. If you click on it and you write, for example, can you please give me five best pastry shops in which city? In Barcelona? It will and you click enter. When you press enter, it is basically searching the web. It is then identifying which are the five best. It is thinking loud basically with intelligence and giving you a response that is gonna be likely one of the five best places. Not only you can see here, it even gave me the map of those places that I could even click. I basically can check exactly where they are. It's not that fantastic. Bear in mind, this is a very good tool to improve and make easier your life if you know how to use it. This is why I'm here for. By the way, you can see that not only they are selected those places in the map that you can zoom in, zoom out, but you can also see that Pasteleria Hoffman is closed. You can see that one of them is open, the other are closed. So you get information. So you don't waste your time going to close place. And so this was doable thanks to the search, which means that we can make questions to ChatGPT considering the web. If you don't select the search and ask the same question, it will only rely on the data that has been trained on ChatGPT, which I believe is sometime nearly the end of 2023, which is always up to upgrading over time, but might not find the place if was not before that time in the map or in general. I would use the search when I want to fact check with the web. Another option that you have here, apart of the fact that you can reinforce the learning, telling if response is good or not, you can edit in Canvas. I mean, this is a tool that allow you to make like to edit the text of the responses. to share it, to save it. I will show you later. By the way, now you might question what means deep research. Deep research is different from search, even though it does the same thing in terms of searching the web. This time, it does it uses much more intelligence, power, and thinking, and does more research of web, while search does few searches. Deep research might do like a lot of searches. So it's much more in depth as a type of thinking, and it gives you as a response a report, which is this is very useful if you make research because it might save you a lot of time. For example, let's say that can you please analyze the market of YouTube videos done in the automation testing niche and what the sub niche might get more attention and success on YouTube. Also, give me 20 titles to talk about which most likely will have the most view and I can beat the competition and position myself. So let's see what this will respond. It will probably ask me a few questions. What is my target audience? Or we can just ignore and say, okay, please continue because what is my target audience? Beginners, intermediate tester, QA, professional. One, all. Two, three, advise me yourself. And four, long form. Okay, so four, three, and two to understand. And now it will start research. And obviously, we're not gonna wait longer because it's gonna take probably a few minutes doing this research. But you will see that it will be a response which is really in depth, and it is something that if you did yourself, it would take hours, if not days, to do it. So this is something amazing that ChatGPT can do. Next, you can also click into View Tools, create images, which is basically you can say to create an image about two people talking in front with the PC. Maybe we'll do that. And actually, let's open a new page to do that. So while it's thinking the previous tab, we go ahead because it will take some time. We'll go back to it to be the response to analyze it. So what I did, I clicked to this tool, which make it display create image, and now I will ask to create an image about two people talking while eating pizza with the PC in the center of the table. And we will, as you can see now, is generating an image. Why would you use this? You might use this if you're a content creator and you want images for your blog or for your brand as a business. Maybe you wish to get some images that are not copyrighted with no problem of copyright, which are good enough and also fit to your brand. Because you can also talk and discuss that the colors should fit a certain palette, etc., etc., etc. So basically, you can personalize which image you want to get. If you want to get a man, a woman, a cat, a dog, anything really, it is really becoming very good at it. Um, Considering that it might take here a few minutes to get the response, we move ahead, and this time we're checking the Canva tool. The Canva tool you can use with a free version, as you can use for everything, to be honest. But this time, you might ask what is this about. You can use the Canva tool if you have to perform a task of coding, but also if you want to perform a task of content creation, which you can edit, refine. It gives you basically an interface more like technical where you can do more complex stuff, create graphics. Let's say, let's use it. Uh, You can even create a website or games, let's say, if you wish. Please, let's see if I can use together with the Canva. No, I can't. You can use singularly, not together with the others for now. By the way, please check the in values. See, no, let's say that let's please create a graph of demographic of European countries and then display a graph about the population divided by for the size of that country. So let's do that. And in the meantime, that give this is quite fast. This, to be honest, they give response probably in 10 seconds, something like this. But let's move back. You can see that we generated a photo that you see two people eating a pizza and the PC in the center of the table. So that's fantastic. You can download and use in your blog, in your website, anywhere really. And then let's see if you can we can see that the deep research is working, is continuing to research. So it's taking some time. We are half time, but the Canva generally should be faster. I think it got stuck, but generally doesn't happen. Let's see. Let's give some more time. And by the way, before even moving ahead, just to if you get stuck like this, wait a minute and then refresh the page because sometimes the output has been provided to you, but the page, the connection got stuck, and basically you see like this, but it's not, it's working. You can see on the left that we have different tooling. Here, what we have are the GPTs, the famous GPTs. What are the GPTs? Basically, ChatGPT created a system in which you can instruct, create basically some, if you want to create a particular agent of ChatGPT that does a specific role, you can create different GPTs that have different role with where you can input data, PDF, books, and for example, let's say that you want to create an Ableton Live, which is a software for music production, tutor. You can create a GPT, upload the manual, ask question about music production and Ableton Live, and it will respond based on the manual that you given in as input. That is very useful to create agents on specific role. For example, I created for myself an AI learning tutor, and YouTube Script Genius. This was already created by somebody else. Um, CV Builder, and basically you can search. We will go through that soon. We are to optimize the time. We search as we get the responses. We got the response from the Canva. As you can see, we got the graph of the European population. We see that the Germany has 80 plus millions, following by France, following by Italy, Spain, Poland, Netherlands. Very good graph. That you can download and use it. So you might start to think why these tools come together and how useful can be to your business case. Also, you can see a graph about population versus area of European country. You can see that Germany is the most populated, but is at the size. The size is bigger than Italy and Poland. We can see France that has a population. Seems like France here is the biggest in terms of size. Spain is also big, but the least population. It's another type of graph. You can see that Netherlands, Belgium, Portugal are much smaller instead. And we create a bar chart, a scatter plot. Very interesting. By the way, the deep research is still going. All right. It used the Canva tool to create this plot. You can also write code. So I don't know. Give me, or let's create actually to do list. Create a to-do list app with focus on business strategy. Let's see. I just came up with something. It's creating. You see that it's creating the code. Not only is creating the code, but you can also run the code within ChatGPT. So you must start seeing how powerful this is also for that purpose. And yeah, soon, if you click preview, I'm basically opening the app. That is working. You can see to do one, and you can add it, you can delete it. It's a fully working app that you can create just with a prompt in plain English. And you can share also the repository, not the repository, sorry. You can share the link so that in future, if you want to watch again this app, playing with it, modifying it, you can do at any time from having this link, saving this link. So you can see that you can create document, create Word report about, create a report in Word. Sorry for the English. Create a report in Word format about the European Union climate change in the last 10 years. And we use the web for, well, probably, no, let's just use the data that has ChatGPT for this. And now it will create, and you will notice that you can modify the file too. So that is very useful. By the way, that happens, and it create, you see the way it created the responses. Okay, it created a response, but it didn't give me here the Canva. I forgot to add the tool. Do this report in, you can, if you select the hat, you can select the GPT that I was discussing before about, or you can just click and write Canva. Do this report in Canvas Word format. Okay, now you see it is creating it, and you will see that now we will be able also to edit it, personalize it. So you can see the power of this once it finished. Okay, now you can edit it. You see, I can edit it and personalize it, which is fantastic. Also, if you hover here, you have other options to add emojis, to add final polish, to reading level, to explain a topic for level of difficulty of explaining a topic, adjusting the length of the response, and suggest edit. Maybe I want to suggest an edit here. You can it can I suggest you other options that you might copy over instead than the previous one. And basically you have more power in terms of editing, customizing the response and the result. So now the GPT have, if you can access from Explore GPTs. You can use the one already made by the community of ChatGPT on different categories for programming, for whatever, or you can create your own. So if you go to a math solver one, you can chat and ask mathematical questions, and this is built to respond the best way possible to mathematics questions. Instead, if you want to create your own, you can go to click to explore GPTs, and you can click create. As you can see, you can ask, I want to build a developer helper GPT which is expert in Next.js. Just making up something to be very quick. Is updating the GPT, creating, but most importantly, you can upload documents. You can click to configure when once it provides, it create a name. Next.js the body. Would you like to go with that? Yes. So it will create the GPT in few clicks, basically. Very, very easy. And you can personalize for your business case. for your use case, and you can optimize and create helper in a specific matter with specific documentation. You can add your own documentation, your company documentation, your I mean, I understand the privacy. I mean, if you work for yourself as a user, then you might want to use your data for a purpose, to ask questions and get responses to that data, considering that data. Then you can use this GPT. You see it created also the logo automatically, and you can configure it. Once you configure, you can watch the instructions, double check if you're happy with that, modify it in case you're not. You can add the conversation starters and the knowledge. So you can add the documents to here. And this, once you do that, you will get here a button update, and the GPT will be personalized to your use case. How cool is that? This is another use case you can use. Finally, we got the response for the deep research. As you can see, it did a lot of thinking, researching, examining. It's researched different websites, different resources, and it gave me a report. Let's see what it came out with. We can see it. You see how long it is and how good it is as well. And underserved or lower competition topics with growing interest. Okay, playwright in non-JavaScript languages. You can see that a lot of channels talk about ChatGPT. Sorry, not ChatGPT, about JavaScript and TypeScript, but not many talk about Python, C Sharp, and Java. Also, for the CI/CD, we don't go in depth with this, but in general, considering that I am a QA engineer, I can confirm that it totally makes sense, this response. And okay, I'm very curious about the response myself on this topic, by the way. Anyway, you can see how long is, and you can. This would take days to you to make it so refined and well as it is done here. You can share it, or you can share it on LinkedIn in other places, or you can write. I'm definitely saving this link for later. By the way, that's it. This is what is ChatGPT. Another thing, last thing, maybe couple you might be interested. One that you can have call with the personality called Monday, which is let's say a version with if you want to have a call with AI, you can have either with the call mode, the voice mode, or a character. Monday is a character which is a bit depressed in the way it speaks. It's funny because you can talk with a person that is depressed every time it responds, or you can speak with a normal person with the use voice mode. Let's use it, and let me make a try. Maybe it will not work because I'm already using my microphone, recording somewhere else. Hello? Exactly. You see that? Yes. Okay. How to use ChatGPT? How to use ChatGPT? I think it's not. The microphone is set up to the recording that I'm doing now. By the way, it works, guaranteed. So use it yourself. Exactly. Basically, Monday.com, it is a bit the tone a bit dark in the way it talks. But you can use Monday, but you could also use the normal chat if you didn't select Monday and you create a new chat, the normal one, which is a bit less dark. That's it. So you can use Sora. Sora is another GPT that allow you you need to log in. I'm not gonna do that, but you can create a video from text. So if you are more into videos, going to create specific video of animals moving, you can do that with Sora. It's a very famous one that built by OpenAI. And that's it. I hope this was useful. By the way, if they provide value to you, consider to subscribe the channel, like, write me questions. Are very, very appreciated. And see you in the next